Hey everybody, it's lunch therapy time. I'm going to bring on the Facebook contingency, and here we are. It is a great day because it's Thursday? Yes. All right, Red is here. Good to see you. It's good to see you. You're on the YouTube. And so Lunch Therapy, as you know, is a show where we shake it all out, let it all go, jump in here, have some fun. Chats can be on the screen. Simpy Ranking is here. So how do thoughts get in your head? It's a good question. Let's see about Red here. I always forget to change back my name. Yeah, I know your name is Red something. Red Juice. Gotta say that Nike hat is looking super fresh, by the way. Thanks a lot. I might be advertising Nike. I don't know, but I guess they're getting some free advertising. Hi, amigos y amigas. Mike Hansen. Yeah. Great to see you. All right. So let's get into the show. Let's do some lunch therapy. We've got some really good stuff today. All right. So Leonardo's asking, what's the program for today? Well, today what we're going to do is we're further talking about, yesterday we were talking about like how do thoughts get in your head and how did commercials when we were kids influence us and what kind of programming we have. I'm going to do this thing that I did yesterday, which is to put the chats up in the old chat widget, like a new thing. See real time, well, not real time, but we can see as the messages come in. You'll see it once you guys start chatting. So yeah, so the program for today, first we're going to breathe because that's what we do. Skeleton scared you? That's Boney. He's our assistant. You'll get used to him. He's not scared. He's a good guy. Yeah, you weren't expecting it. He's kind of loud too. All right, Todd Lee. So you see the chat thing is working now? Yeah, let's get centered because I'm clearly in need of centering. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the toes. First breath. Hold it. Not miss anything to do with the Kraken. Release the Kraken. Just seemed like a good thing to say, I think. All right. In through the nose, out through the toes. Let it go. I am going to have a deep sea creature later on in the show that I want you to help me look at. I see hummingbirds. Seattle freeze would have been good. All right, in through the nose, out through the toes. I get it now. I know what it is. I know about the Kraken, Red. I'm going to tell you. And let it out. So we have a lot of Seattle viewers on the show. And Seattle just got an NHL hockey team. And today they were releasing the name of the hockey team. Sounds like the name is Kraken. Is that right? The Kraken. I don't know. It's pretty good. Seattle Krakens. Seattle Freeze would have been good. Seattle Freeze, for those of you who don't know, is what they call it when people move to Seattle expecting to be embraced and have a joyous time, and the Seattleites freeze them out. Freeze them out. They don't talk to them, which is a terrible thing. Hopefully that's not happening anymore. That was just a weird phenomenon that's not happening. He says, oh, okay, I get it. This is kind of fun with the chats on the screen like this. I'm not going to keep it all show, but it's kind of neat. I got enough space over here to move around. I need your help. We have this thing called Popcorn Garage that you go to. It's a website, and it's got all these pictures of different items, and you're supposed to guess what movie they're from. And I've been playing this game. You have to get 66 items, and I've only gotten maybe 40. Let's see what's happening here. I've never seen anyone play hockey in my life. Tell us where you're from. Maybe we can find you a hockey venue. Todd, I'm going to get me some calamari at the Kraken game. Are there going to be games? And are they called games, or are they called matches? Or is there another term for it? Okay, so I need your help because there's a couple of things, objects in the Popcorn Garage. I don't know what they are. The crack house. Like that. There's going to be a lot of Kraken jokes. For sure. So there's a couple of items that I don't know what they are. Maybe you can help me. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So this is movie trivia. Movies that I don't know what they are. So what movie is this thing from? Maybe you can help me. I'll make it as big as possible. It's not a high-res photo. But has anybody seen that? I'll turn the music down because we're past the breathing stage. What is that? What movie is that from? There are two little wispy things floating around. They're jellyfish things from Avatar. Is that right? I kind of thought maybe that was it. Okay. So that's Avatar. Thanks, Sue, for that. Now, okay, here's one more. Only one more. Then we'll get to the show. What movie is this from? Does anybody know? Yeah, I thought The Abyss too, Ganell. But Mike Hansen says Avatar. Todd says Avatar. Sue says Avatar. This one? It's a guy in a tie. Revenge of the Nerds? I don't think so. Blues Brothers. It does look sort of Blues Brother-y, but it looks kind of too mod for either one of those. Leonardo, it's totally cool if you're bad at this. I'm sure there are going to be things that you're good at later on in the show. One of the things that we do on the show is we're trying to shake it off because there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world. Simpy says Blues Brothers too. Okay, I'm going to try it next time. You can only get 3 wrong. And there are 66 items in this whole thing. Wait. Catch Me If You Can. That's a good one. I had a real problem playing the other day, and I'm trying not to cheat. And I don't think asking you guys, y'all, or yins. I'm going to say yins now instead of you guys. Yins. I don't think asking yins is cheating. But going on the web and trying to find the answers, I don't want to do it. John Wick. It could be. Is it John Wick? Could try it. The Red Powered. That's it. That's your other name, Leonardo. The Red Powered. What does that refer to? Maybe you can tell us. He says definitely not John Wick. Jay Gaffney says Revenge of the Nerds. Nerds in Paradise. I don't know. I don't think any of these are right. You're so fucking ethical. So are yins guys. Yins. No, I said guys again. I can't say yins guys. I just have to say yins. I have a little... Okay, so what's happening in the show today? Today, we're going to do a little ASMR because I know y'all need some ASMR. And I got a really good one that we're going to do. Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights? Is it possible? 80% sure it's Catch Me If You Can. 20% sure Blues Brothers. Okay, I'm gonna go with Catch Me If You Can because Simpy Ranking's kind of smart, and he seems kind of sure of it. The Red Powered is my name from my ye olde Minecraft days. which still haven't ended. Mine haven't either. Cade is here. He says, catch me if you can as well. You know, Cade, we're going to have him on the show. He's a comedian here in Los Angeles. Probably going to be next week, I guess. I thought maybe it was going to be this week. This is fun. All right. It's Confined Spaces Week, as we all know. And I'm going to get us into some confined spaces. Well, not really. What we're going to do is we're going to look at some ASMR just to kind of relax you. Because confined spaces week can be terrifying, as we know. So here we go. This is a site that I found. Well, it's not a site, it's a YouTube channel. And it's called Soap ASMR. You're intrigued, right? I am. Here we go. Okay, let's get into this thing. You can tell me if it makes you feel better. What's that doing for you? Sue says, catch me if you can as well. I'm going to take off the chat window. 100% sure it's Ernest Goes to Prison. Thanks, Jay. Never understood the appeal of ASMR. It doesn't do anything for me. Okay, I'm going to be quiet so we can experience it. I like the crunching too. I'm just letting it flow over me. I can't stop talking. I just can't. It's not something I can do. The mess makes me anxious. Okay, I can get that. Jose, you missed some talk of Krakens, which I know you would enjoy. You also missed, we were doing some movie trivia, and I think we might have figured out a couple of things. You missed the Red Powered is here. Makes Red Powered anxious. What is the purpose of this? It's to make you, for some people it makes them feel better. I actually like it. Yeah, this is Jay's hands and nails. Simpy ranking. Let's see what he says. Let's see what Yin say. ASMR is like that one thing that even if you enjoy, it's too weird to share or admit to another person. I'd rather my parents walk in on me watching porn than an ASMR video. I gotta admit, you know, somebody told me about it, and I was at work. And so I went on to an ASMR video to see what it was. And somebody was breathing into a microphone. And I turned it off very quickly because I was like, this feels a little weird. But this is, I kind of like it. Some of us like it, some of us don't. Look at all that powder on the table. I need to clean it so bad, too messy, even for me. I think it's the people that have the messy problem that I'm hungry. You know, in the comments for this, people say that too, that they're hungry for ice cream. But, you know, it's soap. It's soap. All right, we're moving off this. For those of you, it's still crunching in the background. Okay. For those of you that, you know, are not big fans of the ASMR, and those of you that are, can just go to the soap site and enjoy it. Like, you could listen to it all day if you want, just on a loop. Nice try. I have blue nail polish. Okay, so we're moving along. I have a couple of animal videos that I think you're going to like. And one of them, Todd sent me one of them. And I know Todd likes ducks a heck of a lot. He thinks they're just so into grapes. But actually, ducks are really into peas. This is what I found out. Check it out. I love ducks too. Oh
my God.
Yeah. Ducks annihilate a bowl of peas. Some good stuff. Let's see it again because it's so good. It's crazy. I just watched a bunch of ducks eating peas videos today and I'm hooked. That's so weird. What a weird coincidence. We're both watching ducks eating peas. This is better than the ASMR, I think. Anyway. Some fast ducks. They some fast ducks, boy. Do you have any peas? You got any peas? All right.
God.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. I like the way the guy who's filming it is like, God! Like he didn't expect it. Like he's never given the ducks peas. Or like he happens to have a bowl of peas. And he's like, I wonder if these ducks like it. And all of a sudden, that's some ASMR for you. Do you know that Daffy Duck is not actually a duck? I heard this. Is it true, Ganell? What is he? What is he? He's not a duck, but I mean he's called Daffy Duck. So it kind of that's just his name. It's like when the grasshopper goes into a bar and he sits down at the bar and the bartender's like, you know, we have a drink named after you. And he says, really? Wow. You have a drink named Steve? Is it like that? Who says there's no jokes on this show? Simpy Ranking. I watched this exact video like 5 times for the first time today. Ha ha. Have you seen the birthday one? No. There's 3 ducks that turn 1-year-old and he gives them peas as a treat. Got any peas? If he's not a duck, what is Daffy Duck? What is Duffy Duck? I like the way you said Duffy Duck. He's a loon. What a loon! They do say that in his Looney Tunes. Wow. I don't know whether it's a joke or fact. I think Simpy Ranking could probably fact check that for us. Ah, yes, absolutely. Know what a loon is, and I'm too lazy to Google it. All right, we're moving on. Todd had some really soothing. This is more in the soothing category. They're pictures of some deer. Soothing deer, courtesy of Todd Lee. Look at this. Look at this expanse. And then there's deer. If only someone was crushing some soap. It's beautiful. It's like I think there are 3 of them. It's the trifecta of deer. This is up in Washington State. Okay, my friends, it is time to get on to the Confined Spaces Week because we got to stay on task. This is Todd's house. WTF. I know. This is the kind of world Todd's living in, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool for him to grace our stage because, you know, he could just be looking at that. But, you know, luckily we have his wit here with us. He probably is looking at that and this. Seeing the deer made me want to eat steak. Now I'm hungry again. You guys. Yins. Mama and her twins. Oh, it's a mama and her twins. It's beautiful. What about this? What is this, Todd? This is some kind of deep sea creature. Is it real? This is what I want to ask y'all. Y'all, yins. Is this a real creature? It's some kind of, apparently it was found around an oil rig. I found it on this YouTube channel. It's like X-Files, exactly. Whoa, bring back the relaxing ASMR. Y'all didn't like the ASMR. Okay, so there's some text here. Footage comes from Perdido, one of the deepest oil drilling sites in the world. It's impossible to identify which species of Magnapina was filmed due to the insufficient perspective. You can tell when they move the camera around that it's like really zoomed because they move it just a little bit, and which adds to the sort of X-Files effect. says, because she's always helpful in these things. Daffy is an American black duck. First appeared in 1937. See? This is what happens on this show. People can look this stuff up. People can... Mama and her twins. Back to that. Squid steaks. I know, this is the show just makes you hungry, especially if you're a carnivore. Let's see what the Red Powered said. It's just a squid. Thank you for the nightmare fuel. It's actually a squid that has these very, very, very long tentacles that are like arms, and they think they drag on the bottom of the ocean, and they pick up little sea monkeys and somehow. There's a lot of ASMR in this show. If you want to play that back again, you can do that all day too. Yeah. Looks like my colonoscopy. I remember a friend of mine's mother was a, freelance colonoscopist, perhaps. Did they have that? They freelance, they would clean out. This is getting pretty dark. I'm going to put the chat widget back on the screen while I tell you about this person. So she was a freelance colonoscopist. She would go to your house and clean out the colonoscopy detritus. And apparently she had jars of things she had found. Is this real? This is kind of disgusting, but she had jars of the things that she would find in people's colons. And they were pretty scary. Freelance colonoscopy. I'm totally making this up, I think. No, I'm serious. It's actually true. It may have even looked like a scan of Jay's brain. I know he's talking about the squid, but sometimes there's comedy in the delay, and that wasn't it. Okay, yesterday. Let's get to the really cerebral stuff, because yesterday we were talking about, we're simply ranking. I brought this up, and then Simpy Ranking brought it up, and it is basically gastroenterologists, freelance colonoscopists. Is this a show about the enclosed spaces of the colon? I'm getting nauseous. No, let's move on, because we're gonna talk about something really cool, which is Ray Kurzweil, which I know a lot of you like that topic. Ray Kurzweil, I was saying that he was saying in the book, Age of Spiritual Machines, or one of those books, he was talking about how if we make a computer to make paper clips, but we don't give it the ethical consideration of we don't want to turn everything into paper clips, it could turn matter into paper clips and turn the entire planet into paper clips, and we'd just be a big pile of paper clips circling around the sun. Sven wants my shirt. Yes, Sven, you can have my shirt. I'll send it to you. Leuven, Belgium. Just get it there. So yes, whole world of paper clips. And so because I had the time to look it up, there's obviously an episode of Seinfeld about the freelance proctologist. So because I had the time to look it up, we're gonna investigate this paperclip thing. First of all, what I found was there are a lot of games on the web besides Popcorn Garage, and one of them is this T-Rex Run. I'm getting to the paper clips, and it is just, apparently it's addictive. It's just this dinosaur that runs, and you hit the space bar and he jumps, and it's, game over. And apparently there are people that are just obsessed with this game. There's also a Google Pac-Man game, all that stuff. And they're kind of cool, and we can look at this another time, or perhaps just move it on over to the Twitch where we play video games and talk about them. That's what they do there. And some of you are there. So Paperclip Maximizer is this theory that we were talking about. It's actually a real thing, but it wasn't invented by Ray Kurzweil. It was first described by this person named Bostrom. A Paperclip Maximizer is artificial general intelligence whose goal is to maximize the number of paperclips in its collection. It has been constructed with a roughly human level of general intelligence. The AGI might collect paperclips, earn money to buy paperclips, or begin to manufacture paperclips. So somebody made a game. Simpy Ranking was telling us about it. And I thought the game would be so much more, visually exciting. But this is it. This is the game. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's the Chrome game when you don't have... I don't know. Maybe Stimpy can tell us about this, but I'm just going to look at this for a second, then I'll see what he has to say. So make paperclips. There's just like a little button, and you click it, and it makes paperclips. And down below, it tells you how many you're selling. I mean, I'm not an economist. It tells you how many you're selling. You can raise and lower the price, and you can see what the demand is. And apparently it gets super complicated. Like all of a sudden it builds and builds and builds, and I'll have to play the game for y'all and let you know about it. But it's an actual physical manifestation of the theory by this person named Bostrom. Anyway, you think you don't learn something on this show, and then suddenly you're like, wow, I am a genius. Not me, but you. Let's just see what the comments are. I know they're on the screen. Yeah, Simpy says, isn't that the same Chrome game when you have no net connection? It is a sort of a Flappy Bird game. You open Chrome, and if there's a dinosaur on the screen, press spacebar and you play. Thank you very much. And what's a paperclip without paper? Exactly. What is... I'm glad Mike's here because he really put it all into perspective. You have to teach the computer that you need paper to use paperclips, and you also need humans. Humans are the most, are pretty important. It gets a lot more visually exciting when you get deeper levels of universal paperclips. And you know that I will. You know that I'm going to go deep on this one. And I'll provide screenshots. I unbend paperclips and chew on them until my fillings tingle. There's a combat mode. There is, apparently. Apparently it gets into like a war, and there's some... I guess at the very end, this is what I hear. At the very end, you have to turn the computer... You have to figure it out so that you can turn the computer into paperclips. It has to turn itself into paperclips. What did I miss? Ben, we have been talking about the Ray Kurzweil paperclip theory, which I know you are a huge fan of, because strangely enough, there's these weird coincidences going on. Okay, first of all, Simpy Ranking and I were both watching ducks eating peas. That could be a YouTube algorithm thing. Like these guys like lunch therapy. They're going to love ducks eating peas. Or it could just be a strange coincidence. Ray Kurzweil, I was talking about Ray Kurzweil yesterday, and apparently Ben on his Roadie podcast was also talking about Ray Kurzweil at the same time. Coincidence or paranormal phenomenon? This show is way over my head. The show is literally over my head. How can I get rid of all the thoughts I've had during the show? How would we reset our devices? We were locked out without paperclips. It's such a super good point. I'm moving on from the paperclip world. All I can do now is look at the chats because the show is over. Tomorrow we're going to explore some comedy. Paperclips are an essential tool. You can pick locks. I need to go buy. You need to go buy some paperclips. All right, see you later, Red. Thanks, Joel. I'm going golfing. If you and I were both watching duck eating peas videos, and we were both thinking about paperclips, the paperclips dilemma, How do we know we were not the same person? You know, that's a discussion that we're going to have on this show about whether we're all connected. But we're going to get into that later. I have this discussion with Harlan Gleason, who's kind of a comedic genius here in Los Angeles. And we're talking about that, and we can all... I think that we should explore whether we're all connected. Obviously, we're connected. I want to see more ducks eating peas. Okay. Hey, you know, we take requests on this show. You got any peas? All right. We're going to watch the pea thing again, and then we're... the pea tape. We're going to watch the pea tape. And then we're going to have dance break, and then we're out. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking more about ridiculous commercials from the 70s. We're also going to be talking about what it is to be a comedian, because we got to figure that out. Got to figure out what it is to be a comedian. And I'm going to have comedian Harlan Gleason on tomorrow as well. All right. We're just going to have to do it. Let's get in. Drop D Funk, Street Sessions. See what happens here. This was sent to me by my cousin John Marshall. He said this guy has to be heard. It's true. He's in this. I have a map here. That's where he is. Somewhere in the UK below Wales. Bass guitar. As you all know. Should expand the show to an hour. Too much good stuff going on here. I love it, Mike. I love it. Bye, Joel. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, you too. Great seeing you. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Stop talking. This is getting so... Thank you all. This has been Lunch Therapy. See, we're all connected. We're all connected. It's all. No idea what that means. Function band. We have a lot of funk on this show. All right. See y'all later.